So I'm Rajeswari, and before the fellowship, I did my Bachelor's of Technology in Geoinformatics from Andhra University, Visakhapatnam. It's a quite interesting story. Yeah, yeah. So I was working on my project, Bachelor's project, and I was looking for some data on public health, some data that I needed on population of settlements. Basically, I wanted a granular population data, and I was searching for it. So my words for search included Indian human settlements data. So, and though I didn't get the data, I was directed to the web page of Indian Institute for Human Settlements. I didn't know about IIHS until then, and so I went through their website. I checked what is it that they do, and I liked their research work. And I was looking at what programs do they have, or do they have any openings. And that time I came to know about UFP. I got in touch. I came to know about this fellowship at a time where I was trying to understand what I wanted to do after my bachelor's. So I did a bachelor's in geoinformatics, and geoinformatics is a quite a nascent field to in India, if we can say, or in even around the world. So so to find a niche for you is it sort of takes time. Like, where do you want to apply this skill? And I wanted to go slow, and I even wanted to see how what is the scope of this technique that I learned in my bachelor's. So yeah, that was when I thought, okay, maybe if I do this fellowship, I'll get to know what are the different like the wide range of like sectors or applications that I can see of GIS, and maybe I will get to narrow down. Yeah, that was my expectation. Basically, what fellowship did to me is change the way I think in a very fundamental way. Like, I used to think very algorithmically, like stepwise, this works, this doesn't work, like a binary way of approaching things. But now I think more like a tree. Like, there is an issue at hand, I question, okay, where did this happen? What happened before this? Like, who are the actors involved? And what are the institutional arrangements where you can locate this issue. So it's very different now, even fundamentally how I think and approach a problem. And you I did have a good experience at this fellowship. So when we came to this fellowship, we the first week was 0 week. We were just getting to know each other, even the cohort, like the 35 of us. And it and the first commons term actually gave us the time to like create a common vocabulary. I think that was the idea of commons, that we can speak to each other, because we all come from very different backgrounds. I come from an engineering background. There are people who come from journalism background, from like proper development sector background, who have worked on field. People who come from art finance background. So and to find a common ground where you can communicate, I think that what commons did, we were able to do that. And I think it was very richly I'm say rooted in theory and concepts, and which was very interesting. And then came the electives, where we specifically got time to engage with subjects of our choice. And yeah, so I think electives gave us that time to engage with one specific theme for a long time. And yeah, that, and now we are like quite busy with a lot of things. A lot of things are coming at us, and like electives are happening, advanced skill labs happening, and we are interviewing for an internships. So yeah, a couple of things, many things on plate. But yeah, commons and the electives, first few months of electives, I think, yeah, that was very rich. So I felt very, a lot of things come to you, even in the commons. And you get to read a lot of things come to you, like you're given a lot of readings to do, and you go to exposure visit. Our exposure visit was very packed. It was very rich, that we get to meet really interesting people. We met Karen, we met Nityanand Jayaraman. We got to be at the Ennore Creek, and we visited a lot of places. We went to the Madras Literary Society. And even as you move towards the electives, where you have skill labs happening, and you also have a lot of like work to do. So I think that a bit like if we could just stop for a while, like go slow. Yeah, so I'm working on this project where the bigger goal of the project is to build an urban observatory, and in that the like a part of it is to make a 3D model of the city, on which from like of as part of that piece, I'm trying to basically sort of convert the data from master plan into some in a usable format like shape files. So I'm basically trying to put together building footprints data and height data to create the 3D model. But yeah, it has many, the fact that you don't get a data easily from your government bodies, and you have to create that data. And yeah, basically I'm trying to see how we can work with the available formats and convert them to usable formats to get the work done. Yeah. The thing about IHS, I think, is the culture here. The fact that you can just be yourself, um, and yeah, I think there are a couple of things I like about the culture here. And the library, I love the library here. So in this library, you just need to ask for what you want, and you will have it. And the periodicals that there are, and even in general, like the fact that the faculty members, they really interact with you at different levels, and they feel very accessible to you, like, and approachable to you, like you can approach them anytime you need. I think just people should come here, like get to engage with the events that happen here, like City Scripts. Urban Lens is like really a really rich, I would say, a great experience, very rich experience. You get to be a part of this audience, which is like really interested in the movie, and the movies that are played are very different. I mean, the thematics of the movies, I don't think I would have watched these movies if I had not attended Urban Lens. For future applicants, I'd say that in your applications, do mention about your previous past work, because that's going to really matter. And also sort of understand more about what this fellowship has to offer, and apply then, and like get involved with the people here before applying for it, like find out more about this fellowship and then apply, like, yeah, have maybe a clear expectation and then apply.